An African man walked into feudal Japan, a country completely foreign to him, a country at war, a country where outsiders were rare. And within months, the most feared warlord in Japan handed him a sword, made him a samurai. Let that sink in. Not a servant, not entertainment, not a visitor, a warrior, trusted by one of the deadliest men alive. Sounds impossible, like fiction, like a Hollywood fantasy. Except, it actually happened. This is the unbelievable story of Yasuke, the African man who became a samurai. And trust me, this story only gets crazier. Japan, 1579. The Age of Swords. Blood. War. Power. Everywhere, warlords fought for control. Villages burned. Armies marched. Loyalty meant survival. Betrayal meant death. And into this violent world arrived a man nobody could ignore. Tall, towering, powerfully built, dark-skinned, unlike anyone most Japanese people had ever seen before. And the reaction? Absolute chaos. People flooded the streets. Crowds formed instantly, pushing, shouting, fighting for a glimpse. Some climbed rooftops. Others broke doors. Reports suggest crowds became so wild that panic spread through entire neighborhoods. Imagine seeing someone so unfamiliar, so striking, that cities practically stopped moving. He became a sensation overnight. People whispered one question. Who is he? No one knew. But one man was about to change Yasuke's life forever. His name: Oda Nobunaga, the most feared warlord in Japan. Brilliant, merciless, a military genius. The man trying to unite a broken country through fire and steel. Nobunaga had seen warriors, giants, foreigners. Nothing impressed him easily. But Yasuke stunned him. The moment Nobunaga saw him, he reportedly refused to believe what he was seeing. Black skin. Impossible. He thought it had to be paint, ink, dirt. Something fake. Something unnatural. So he gave an order. A shocking order. Wash him hard. Scrub his skin. Remove the collar. Servants obeyed. Water poured. And scrubbed again. And again. And again. But the color never disappeared. Because it was real. Yasuke stood there. Strong. Silent. Unshaken. And something changed inside Nobunaga. Curiosity became fascination. Fascination became respect. And respect. That changed history. Because what happened next? No one could have predicted. Nobunaga saw power in Yasuke. Strength. Strength. Presence. Discipline. Potential. And in a world built on hierarchy, he broke tradition. He did something extraordinary. He pulled Yasuke close. Closer than almost anyone expected. Yasuke entered Nobunaga's inner circle. Became his personal protector. His trusted bodyguard. And then came the moment that still feels unbelievable centuries later. The sword. Imagine the scene. A warlord feared across Japan, standing before an African man in a foreign land. Then, a blade, placed into Yasuke's hands. Not as decoration, not as ceremony, but as trust, as honor, as power. A sword meant one thing. You are no longer an outsider. You are samurai. Think about how impossible that sounds. An African man, thousands of miles from home, now standing among Japan's warrior elite. History truly has no limits. Now picture this. Yasuke, standing in full samurai armor, steel shining, sword at his waist, towering above many around him. An African warrior in feudal Japan. It sounds like mythology, but it happened. He trained, learned military discipline, walked beside generals, followed Nobunaga into conflict. He was no mascot, no symbol, no curiosity. He fought, he served, he earned his place. And slowly, legend began to grow. But legends rarely come without tragedy. Then came betrayal. The kind that destroys kingdoms. The kind that breaks history. The nightmare begins. Nobunaga's own general, Akechi Mitsuhide, turned against him. Without warning. Without mercy. Betrayal exploded like fire. At Honnō-ji Temple, Nobunaga was trapped, outnumbered, surrounded, enemies everywhere, flames rising, steel clashing, chaos consuming everything. And beside him, Yasuke, loyal until the end. Imagine the scene. Smoke everywhere, swords flashing, bodies falling, war cries echoing through burning halls. Yasuke fighting desperately beside the man who changed his life. His king, his commander, his brother in battle. Knowing death was closing in, but refusing to run. Because loyalty mattered, honor mattered, and some bonds are stronger than fear. Then came heartbreak. Nobunaga realized escape was impossible. The battle was lost. Defeat had arrived. And rather than surrender, he chose death. The samurai way. Seppuku. Ritual suicide. A warrior's final act. Just like that, one of Japan's greatest warlords was gone. And Yasuke, everything shattered. His protector, his purpose, his place in Japan, gone in a single day. But here is where the story becomes haunting, mysterious, almost painful. What happened to Yasuke after Nobunaga died? No one knows. Some say he fought until capture. Others say enemy forces spared him. One account suggests Mitsuhide handed him back to Christian missionaries, seeing him not as Japanese, not as a political threat. And then, silence. History goes dark. No records. No ending. No final goodbye. Did he leave Japan? Disappear quietly. Start a new life. Fight elsewhere. No one knows. Yasuke simply vanishes. Like smoke disappearing into the wind. And somehow, that mystery makes his story even more powerful. Because Yasuke represents something bigger. Something unforgettable. Proof that history is far stranger than fiction. Proof that greatness has no border. No nationality. No limits. An African man crossed oceans. Entered one of the most dangerous societies on earth. Earned the trust of Japan's most feared ruler. And became a samurai. Not because history gave him permission, but because he proved himself. That matters. Especially today. Because so many people grew up believing history only belongs to certain faces, certain places, certain stories. But Yasuke reminds us something powerful. History belongs to everyone. And sometimes, the most unbelievable stories are the real ones. So the next time someone says history is boring, tell them about Yasuke. The outsider who became a warrior. The stranger who earned respect. The African man who walked into feudal Japan and became legend. But here is my question for you. If you had been Yasuke, dropped into a completely unfamiliar world. Would you have? Tell me in the comments.